We've created a fashion brand with a conscious mind behind it, and so it's really vital that we go and meet with the people that we want to help.
We are streetwise and conscious, and this is what we do. When you buy 2 of our items, whether it's a beanie, cap, hoodie or t-shirt, you're providing a street sack to help somebody homeless in Manchester.
My name's Thomas. I had the sort of inspirational thought behind, what's developed into the brand. I had an idea, having seen so many homeless, during visits to Warrington, Manchester, Liverpool, that if we could get motivational quotes onto some items of clothing and then try and use those funds to help the homeless that I was witnessing every day I was walking about here. What we did, we created a street sack, and in that street sack is filled with essentials that the homeless people have told us themselves that's the key ingredients they need. That was my basis of involvement, and that was the starting point.
My name is Kyla, and I help design all of our lovely clothing with Tom's quotes on it. I'm also Thomas's daughter. The more he told me about it, the more involved I wanted to get myself. And then as we've evolved, I've just become more engrossed in the entire company.
It's been such a special relationship for her and I. I came up with the quotes that you'll see in all the S&C branding, but she helped design it.
I'm Scott. My role with S&C is operations or connections and kind of bringing people and things together to try and develop and grow the business. I've been working with the homeless in Manchester for years. We've done Christmas dinners, we've done sleep outs, I've done all kinds of little things like that. But I always felt like I was doing a very small thing to a very big problem. I was approached by one of the original investors into S&C, and he said, would I be able to help? Once I understood that there was a long-term objective that I felt could make a real difference, it was just a no-brainer from that point on.
My name's Baker. I look after the finances in Streetwise and Conscious. For one reason or another, which I won't go into, we ended up on the street. Everyone's got their own story. For about 18 months, I had a lot of people and friends close by to me that had let me bunk down on the sofa for a month or 2 and then I moved around a bit. So I just wanted to give a bit back, really, because somebody helped me out then and I never forget it.
We're here today as part of our launch for Streetwise and Conscious, here to collect an order that's come through that will then in turn provide street sacks for our friends on the street.
This is literally what will go out onto Manchester's streets today. So from that order, we've got beanie hat, gloves, face cloths, socks, underwear, etc, etc. And these 3 go straight out with us into Manchester this afternoon on the back of that order today, so thank you to whoever placed the order.
I mean, my background, I've been a hairdresser since I was 15 years old. I think you've got an empathy for people because you spend so much time with people. But having witnessed just how bad the homeless situation was, you realise you could very well be much closer to that situation personally than you think. When we go into the streets, we don't know whether people will really want to receive that help and how they'll feel when we approach them. So again, that's going to be a challenge for us. And we can only converse with people and see if the help we want to offer is the help they want to receive.
You see it everywhere, around the train stations, in doorways, no matter where you go, there's homelessness, and it's its own pandemic, isn't it? Anything's possible to anyone, so helping one person to get to that next step where they just get the confidence back and feel like they're part of society, because I know they feel like an underclass, simple as that. In the rucksack themselves, there's the bare essentials of like a beanie, some underwear, some toiletries. We've been advised off homeless people, this is what they need. So if you can get one of them every so often, it's essential to them.
Everything is reinvested back into what we do to give and support people on the street.
One of the first things that you kind of lose is your dignity. That's one of the big things when you're on the street. It makes such a big impact on you as a whole. So these things that we're providing in the street sacks will bring that back to a person, help them feel kind of even partly back in their normal kind of routine and everything, with something that they can just kind of hold on to.
If we can help one person, do you know what, that's a massive success. If that one person needs 10, we're changing people's lives. If we can do that, there's nothing we can't do.
People really are seen and they're recognised in a city like Manchester, and that's why for us it was a really crucial starting point, and hopefully we'll expand into other cities through the UK.
I take every day as it comes, mate. Touch wood, I've never had any trouble on the street. I wish I could turn the clocks back and start my life again. I'd rather be out there now on the floor with nothing than be in a prison cell, what I've learned over the years. I've got a couple of boxer shorts and socks. I've got one pair of boots. Mainly in my bag it's like 4 coats and a body warmer. I've got a sleeping bag, but I never get in a sleeping bag or my coat. I just put things over me now. I think you're more vulnerable when you're in a sleeping bag, because you can't get out quick enough in case anything does happen. Well, hopefully one day I'll get off the street if anyone can help me out, because I don't want to be spending the rest of my life on the street. My mother said whatever happens in his life is meant to happen. That's what I believe. Fingers crossed that my life does change. Thank you very much, Streetwise and Conscious, for the bag and everything else. Thank you very much.
Coffee for Craig was started in September 2013, so we're in our 9th year now. Just started off by asking people on the streets to give someone a cup of coffee if they come across someone. 9 years later, here we are.
The rucksacks in themselves are, you know, really handy. Our guests are always wanting rucksacks and stuff like that. It's items that we really take for granted, but when you're street homeless, it's so meaningful.
I think when you look at what Coffee for Craig can do for the people they directly help, organisations like that can be the link for us, because we are going out on the streets so we can try and connect with homeless people of Manchester. But I think when you've got organisations that are already set up to do that, then it's a much quicker vehicle to providing that help, and that's what we're here for.
We really want to thank Streetwise and Conscious for choosing us to be able to give back, and for everything that you do and the support that you're doing to sort of help us on our mission.
More businesses need to be like Streetwise, absolutely.